Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Grace for those of you who are new, and if you are coming back, welcome back. Today's video is going to be talking about all the different dorms at Biola University. So this is meant for if you are an incoming freshman trying to figure out what dorm to stay in, or if you're an incoming transfer, or maybe you're looking at Biola, or you just want to know what a typical dorm would look like in college. This is for you. I hope you guys find this helpful. I know that I was looking for something like this when I was applying for schools, and my dogs are sitting by me, so if you see them move, that's who that is. Anyways, let's get started. And just a disclaimer, as we get started, I have only lived in one of the dorms on campus, but I have friends that have stayed in all the other dorms, and so I asked for their pros and cons and their opinions and what they liked and disliked about the room. So that is how I know kind of what the pros and cons are. So the first dorm I'm going to start off with is the one that I believe is the oldest one on campus, and that is Sigma Hall. Sigma is a really nice dorm. It is at the top of upper campus, so it is about the furthest point that you can get to the edge of campus besides Blackstone, which I will get to later. And Sigma is suite style, so let's get into the pros. So some of the pros of Sigma is it's a suite style, which is amazing. So suite style basically means that there's a bathroom in your room and you don't have to go out to a communal bathroom, which is so nice. As somebody that had to stay in a dorm that had communal bathrooms, let me just tell you, having your own bathroom is very nice. Another pro of Sigma is that because you have your own bathroom, it is a lot quieter in the halls because you don't have people going up and down the hall to go use the bathroom. So that's super nice. Some cons about Sigma. Sigma is usually considered one of the quietest dorms on campus, which can be a good thing or a bad thing depending on what kind of person you are. I know a lot of introverted people that loved Sigma, and I know a lot of extroverted people that didn't really like it. So that is honestly up to you and kind of what you're looking for in a dorm. All right, so our next dorm is Stewart. Stewart, I have so many friends that lived in Stewart. I have so many pros, so many cons. There's just a lot going on over at Stew, which is what it is referred to as. Stew is the, I believe, second oldest dorm on campus, and it is a motel style dorm, so that means that you walk outside instead of walking into a hall. Some of the pros of Stew is that it has bathrooms in it, so that means that it is suite style. A lot of people love that. You can also in Stewart do like quadruples, so you can room with 4 people, where you have 2 in one room and you share a suite, and then you have 2 in the other. So that's really cool if you have 4 friends that all want to live together. Another pro is that it is a pretty good location. It is on lower campus, but it is right by one of the big parking lots, and that's really nice if you have your car. A con to Stew is that it is motel style. So if you are like me and you like to have a dorm that is inside, this is not going to be the one for you, as well as it is a little outdated, so it does not have its own heating and air conditioning that is run by the school. So if you are somebody that likes to, have your temperature a certain way, you probably don't want to stay here. Okay, so right next to Stewart is Hart Hall. I have some close friends that lived in Hart Hall, and they really loved it, but there are some pros and cons to that dorm. For one thing, it is pretty quiet. You don't hear much about it, which can be a good thing and can be a bad thing, kind of similar to Sigma. Another con to Hart is that it is a very old dorm, so you're only allowed to have a certain amount of power wattage in your refrigerator and blow dryer, and really any high power thing that you use, you have to be careful because you may blow a fuse. Some of the pros to Hart is the community is so strong. It is just, they are so close, and it's really, really cool to see you walk in and everybody knows each other because it is such a small dorm. And another pro is that they have a beautiful patio in the inner part of their dorm, and I've heard have some really great events there. So it just depends on what you like. After Hart, we have Alpha. Alpha is females only, so sorry guys, this isn't an option for you. But Alpha is definitely the one that you probably hear about the most when you're on campus. I'm being completely honest, a lot of people don't like Alpha, and a lot of people try to avoid it. I know I did not want Alpha. And I think the reason for that is because it is a very dark dorm. So there's not a whole lot of windows, and because it was built around the 70s, it's just a lot of people also like to have both genders. But if you feel more comfortable in an all-female dorm, this is the dorm for you. Some of the pros to Alpha are that it is all-female, and that's really nice, especially because, you know, when you shower and you're walking back to the dorm, you don't have to worry about like any guys being on the hall during open hours or anything like that. Another pro is that they have a really fun tradition called Candyland, and that is when they have kids from the local community come in and trick-or-treat. It's really fun to watch, and they spend weeks setting up for it. It's really amazing. So if that is something you're into, then Alpha is the one for you. After Alpha, we have perhaps the most popular hall on campus, and this is the one that I hear everybody wanting to stay in, and that is Horton Hall. Horton is the one that they usually show you on the tours, and so I think that is why it's probably one of the more popular ones. It's also in the center of campus, which is so nice because you don't have to really walk anywhere to get to the CAF or to chapel or anything like that, the library. It is a great location. Some cons though about Horton are that Horton definitely is hard to get into. So if you are a freshman, the odds of you getting into Horton are pretty low. I think I only know about 5 people that got into Horton as freshmen. So that's just, you know, you probably don't want to put all your money on towards that one your first year. Another con to Horton is it is really big, and there isn't a very big lobby. So there's not really like a place to go and hang out in. You kind of have to go into your lobbies on your floors, which are great, but you know, if it's not open hours, then your guy friends can't go, your girlfriends can't go, so it's just kind of hard, I guess. But I will say that Horton has a fantastic community. They're so close, and everybody I've talked to has absolutely loved it. So if you can get into Horton, try, but you know, keep your other options open too. Up next, we have probably my favorite hall because that's where I stayed, and that was Hope Hall. Hope is one of the newer dorms. It was built in 2003, and it is right next to Stew and Hart. So it is on lower campus. It is the biggest dorm on campus, so there, I believe, are 500 residents that live there, which is a lot. But there are so many pros to it, and I'm going to tell you guys them because I love Hope. Hope is big, which can be hard, but there is an amazing lobby. It's huge. There's always something open. You come in and there's always somebody in the lobby playing table tennis or somebody studying, and so it's always nice because you can just see all these people. Another pro is that there are very big laundry rooms, which you don't see in a lot of dorms. Like Alpha and Stewart and Hart only have about 2 or 3 washer and dryers, but in Hope you have about 12, which is a lot. So that is one of my favorite things about Hope. But Hope is also just brand new. The rooms are ginormous, and it's always so clean and bright, and there's so many windows, and I just love Hope. But there are some cons to Hope. Community, it's not super strong. You do see a lot of people when you come in, but it's hard to get to know them because there are so many people living there. It's also split into 2, so there's Hope South and Hope North. Hope South is better, just saying. But that means that the community is a little split, so it's like, oh, are you in Hope North? Oh, okay, well, I'm in Hope South. Some people don't like that. Another thing is each hall is about 60 people, so even making a close hall is really, really hard to do. It's up to you. I like to say Hope is what you make of it, so you can choose to try to push yourself and make friends, or you can be completely introverted and never meet anyone, and it's totally fine. And finally, I'm going to be talking about the newest dorm, which is Blackstone Hall. Blackstone opened in 2015, so it is brand new, and it is beautiful. Blackstone is located at the furthest point of campus, an upper campus, so it is definitely a walk. That is some of the cons. I think, you know, people always say the cons would be walking so much, or having like a class across campus and having to get up so early to get to that class. Another con is the rooms are so tiny. You can barely fit the bed and the dresser in there. Like, it's very small. So if you like small, great. But if you're like, you and your roommate don't get along and you're stuck in that little space, it is something to consider. Some pros to Blackstone: their community is so strong, and from what I've been told, they are all so close and they love their RAs, which is so awesome. Another pro of Blackstone is that all the amenities are brand new, so that means that you're not going to be worried about like popcorn ceiling or a leaky faucet or anything like that. Just some things to know. Blackstone is another very, very popular dorm to live in, but they usually have a lot of the first gen kids that live there, so if you're on the first generation scholarship, you get priority to live there, which means if you're not, it is a little bit harder to get into that dorm. And I find that they like to put a lot of people from out of state in there too, so if you are from California and you're not on the first gen scholarship, Blackstone maybe won't be the one for you because the odds of you getting in are a little bit slimmer than maybe some of the other dorms. So just keep that in mind. Another pro is that it is the cheapest dorm on campus, and the difference between, say, Horton and Hope and Blackstone is kind of big, so keep that in mind too. And that is all the dorms at Biola University. I hope you guys found this video helpful. I didn't cover the apartments or Thompson Hall because I have not lived there. I am going to be a sophomore this year, and I'm just talked about the ones that I've experienced. I hope you find this helpful. If you guys have any questions about any dorm, please comment below. I would love to answer you. And if you're an incoming freshman or transfer student, yay, I can't believe you're coming. This is so exciting. So I hope you choose the right dorm, that it works for you. Be very honest, and you know, if you like how a dorm looks but you feel more comfortable in another dorm, choose the dorm you feel more comfortable in, because that is your home for that year and you're stuck there. So, you know, be comfortable and enjoy it, and also don't be afraid to push yourself. So I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.